I don't mind. Like, I told this guy when I was interviewing, and I told him, I said, listen, we have a very strong case against you. I will recommend you fix the situation with the client, with my client, because it's not good for you. It's not going to be good. At the end, you're going to be in trouble. So
What did he say?
he said, yes, that's why I want to fix the problem. And then I spoke with him again. And I say, listen, the client doesn't trust you anymore because you're always saying next month. Nothing happened. I think he's going to move forward. He's going to press charge on you. Are you sure? He say, I don't care. And I say, I will. I told you, it's going to happen. I don't care. Then 6 months after, I see the guy in court, and I look at him in the eyes, and I didn't say it, but I look at him in the eyes, and I'm sure he understood what I was looking at it. Why I was looking at it like that, because I was telling him, I told you, I warned you.
This was going to happen. And welcome back to episode 6 with the only one, Victor Elbeze. I'm X, and today we're going to talk about
corporate investigation, but we're going to talk a very specific specification of corporate investigation, which is going to be embezzlement and employee fraud. Okay, so I do receive a lot of phone call. I got a lot of cases, unfortunately, regarding this matter. Okay, so it's getting more and more because people are getting busier. As an executive or CEO of a company, you're doing so many things at the same time, saying you have tendency to trust some of your employees, which is okay, but you're not watching in detail what's going on, especially with finance. I always recommend other company, like small, medium, or large company, to always supervise where the money. It's very important. So we're going to talk a few examples of cases that I work on and how we find, and we could prove all those embezzlement and get those people arrested. Okay.
So let's start with the basics. In simple terms, what is embezzlement?
Well, okay, embezzlement is taking the money of a corporate, a company, an organization, and misplacing the money. Okay, it could be misplacing the money, like could come from a bookkeeper, or is mixing her personal bank account with the corporate bank account. This is embezzlement. Even an owner of a company, you own a small business. You cannot take money from your personal bank account like this and pay directly a supplier. Okay, you have to take the money from your bank account, put it in your business corporate account, and then pay your supplier. You cannot take the money directly from your personal bank account and then bring it back after. Like after that, you get the money back. You take it from your business and put it back in your personal account as just a loan. No, this is embezzlement. This is not the way it works. So embezzlement can be created by your employee. I had a case that we had a bookkeeper. She needed money. She didn't have the cash flow to pay for a medical expense for her daughter, things like that. And she didn't tell anybody, and she took the money, it was $20,000, and took it from the corporate account and deposit directly to her account. Then a few weeks after, she reimbursed the company. She took the $20,000 and put it back in the company. Well, this is embezzlement. So I just want to...
Even with a good intention?
Yes, because he always starts. A lot of time he starts with a non-criminal, attention to steal money. A lot of time he starts for this reason. And down the road, they starting to delay the reimbursement, you understand, and sometimes forget about it.
They become comfortable.
And then they become comfortable. They get away 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. And at the end, one day you look very closely at the book and you see that a lot of money is missing. I have a client, very successful person, and he's a doctor. And actually, there are two doctors. They were a partner, two doctors working. They are specialized in, one is specialized in the sports medicine, and the other one was specialized in, how you call that, rejuvenate, like young
It's cosmetic.
cosmetic,
Cosmetic, yeah.
especially the specific cosmetic cream that make you look younger, remove
Wrinkles.
pores and all those stuff.
Nonsense.
Pretty good stuff, you know. And they were busy and traveling and promoting. For 12 years, they never checked the books. Money was good, business was good, money was flowing. And they had this woman bookkeeper, and he stole $1.6 million in 12 years. Okay. They started.
12 years.
Yeah, it took 12 years.
And they didn't look at.
They didn't look at the book. And I was talking to my client. I said that, as they say, yeah, because it's not my only business. I got a business, and money was good. Business was running by itself. It was like a membership club. So people were renewing their order automatically every month, and they were shipping all the cosmetic, the cream, and everything. It was great business. And then one day, I think she got sick. She was sick. She got sick for a few months. And then they had to replace her. And the bookkeeper that took over find out that there's a lot of stuff going on here. And that person advised the client, say, hey, you should look a little closely in the books. And they start looking at that. And they contact me, and they contact my agency. And we did a complete investigation. We went back all those years, 12 years back. We didn't need to do that because there is a limitation of statute of limitation, 7 years. You can go back. But he wanted to know what's going on from the beginning. And then we find $1.6 million embezzlement, making herself checks. She had like family member on payroll, okay? Her son, her sister, father, mother, and they were paying payroll for those people. They never worked in the company. So this is part of embezzlement as well.
So it's interesting because at the beginning you said that most of the time it starts with good intentions. People start in positions where they have the authority to move money or to, transfer themselves or pay somebody else on behalf of the person that owns the company. They basically, they start with good intentions. They take the money with the intention to reverse. And then it becomes a habit and it gets out of control. It gets out of control for them, meaning it is a habit now. They know that they can get away with it.
Away once, twice, and they keep doing it because life is good. And they see those people making a lot of money. They know the money is good, it's coming. And they say, why not me? This is, for them, at one point, they even think it's okay because the company is rich. The company is making a lot of money. The boss is making a lot of money. It's okay that I make also a little more, and they believe that they can take the money until they get caught.
So what are the common red flags that you recommend company owners to not overlook so that they don't become a victim of embezzlement?
Okay, most of the time, the people who steal the money, do embezzlement, are your best employee. Okay, so what happened? They always work. They never want to miss a day. They're always on time. They're never sick. Even when they're sick, they're going to work. So they are your exemplar, like you're perfect on it. So you got to be careful of that because this may be a reason. The reason is they want to control their little enterprise that they already they had. So they don't want anybody to put their nose in their business. Okay. So this is one thing that you need to always look at. Secondly, a red flag, you start to see your employee buying a luxury car, luxury clothes, or if it's a female, handbags, jewelry, things like that, and her lifestyle start changing progressively very
fast.
You know how much you pay, the salary because you decide that there are the days. And then all of a sudden you see her with the Hermes bag, the handbag costs $25,000. You start to look at this and say, oh, how she get the money to buy things like that? Okay. She's married. Maybe the husband make money, maybe not. Maybe they're like blue collar employee. And that's a red flag too. Very, very important to really look at all the red flag. Okay. Also, I believe the most important is start from the beginning. At the hiring point, you need to do, like, especially when you're hiring a key position employee, which means people that have access to financial, bank account, credit card, machine, things like that. There, you have to be very, very careful. You gotta do a deep background check. You can't do regular background check because those positions are very important. They can lift you up or put you down. And then when you realize that, it's too late. I remember a case a long time ago. He was a very famous singer from France and was making money. Crazy, was very famous. Money was going. Michel Polnareff. Yeah. And actually, he moved to the United States. He just came back not too long ago to France because his accounting bookkeeper never paid taxes for him. He was taking the money. The tax. They were subject like a 50-70% of tax. It's the money that they were making during the tour, the album, record, all the stuff. So he was a huge star. And his accounting never paid taxes. He was saying they paid tax. They did the tax forms and everything, but the money never was sent to the tax. It was sent to his bank account.
So in this case, the
accounting
was
a fraud. Doesn't matter for the tax. You are still responsible to pay your tax.
Right.
When this guy realized that, he was completely broke already. Could not pay them back. And there is an investigation. The accounting got arrested, and the singer got offended, because the government wanted still to get the tax money back. And he ran away. He moved to Los Angeles in California. But this is something that, you see, he was very busy because his job is to sing, write music, write lyrics, doing tour, recording record and all the stuff. But he was not an accounting. He was trusting this guy 100%. And he's not the only one. There is many people like that. Recommendation, always be on top of your finance business. Okay, because this is the blood of the body, business body. Okay, it's the money. The money flow, everything good. If the money goes in the wrong direction, then you start to have problems. And it could be anything. It could be any employee who has access to a financial register, for example. I'm talking about restaurant, clubs. I had employees doing some void when the client was paying cash, okay, or not running the transaction when he think that the client was going to pay cash. You understand? So we do investigation for retail, for restaurant. This is very common.
Normally, when you think about private investigator, you think about surveillance. You think about cheating spouse.
Yeah.
So how do you partner with corporations to help them to uncover internal fraud and to help them to stay in compliance and not to be a victim of embezzlement?
So it's part of we have a formula, okay? It's like a menu. We offer protection. We start with the hiring first, okay? We do due diligence, executive due diligence, background check, deep background check, corporate. We provide a lot of information for them to be ready and be aware of who they are dealing with.
Do you provide digital footprint background check?
We do have our cybercrime department. We have access to very specific database, very powerful, and we can retrieve anything from anywhere, from the dark web, the deep web, and the regular web. And we can have a good understanding of this person. And we find photo, videos. We can figure out if they are registered on this website.
They're using aliases,
all the stuff that can tell you a lot. Okay. So the research today is not only civil and criminal, it's also digital. Okay? Because you can figure out, there's a lot of stuff, maybe one of your employees was involved in cryptocurrency fraud, token fraud online, with the deep web and things like that. So you don't want to deal with that, because if you see that activity, dark activity, you might bring it to your company. Okay. Then it might be a breach for cybersecurity in your company as well. you can open the door to hacker inside the company, and then they can hack your business. Okay, so
essentially, the background check that you do is so extensive that you cover digital footprint, identity information.
everything.
Going back to background checks, it will give clues and patterns to your client and behavior. Got it.
Like behavior will be, for example, you see that the guy that you hiring is been arrested or is being called for worthless check, grand theft, petty theft, stealing, it's a thief. He stole this, he stole that, and we resell stolen machineries. You're seeing that he was arrested. He has a record for credit card fraud, okay, bank fraud, wire fraud. I mean, those are very important that you don't want to put something in charge of your financial business doing that. Okay. And I'm saying, I mean, trust me, I had an accounting lady. She was run her background check after years after that she was hired. And we see worthless check, credit card fraud, bank fraud, forgery.
Do you mean your accountant or an accountant?
An accounting from
a client.
My client. And you make me run a background check because you say that I don't feel her very, I don't know, something is going on. And I said, but why, you never run a background check on her? I said, no.
10 years?
No, it was like 4 or 5 years she was working for him. I said, okay, but that's not the right things to do. You should do that before you hire them. He said, yeah, I know. Now I'm going to do it. And then we find out all those crimes that she has, a financial crime. So it happens. It's real. And when I say it's real, it's real. Okay, you'll be surprised what we can find.
What other ways besides running a digital and hard background check can you partner with corporations to help them be compliant?
So very important to talk about it to your employee. A lot of times people say, I don't hear anything. It's okay. But if you start talking about, talk to your employee. A lot of employers don't talk to their employee. They just want them to work, and there is no communication. The communication is a key. Now you can talk to one of your employees, and this employee might tell you a red flag about this person. It happens. People do that. It's normal. It's human nature. So be attentive to your employee. What they say. Ask questions. Talk about, employee F, that happened you see what happened in the news. Bring the subject once in a while. Because if you don't talk about it, if you're not attentive to your employee, you're not going to see it coming. And when you're going to see it coming, it's going to be too late. So I think it's very important. Communication, know your employee, be in contact with them. Now, that's for smaller company. But now you have a large company and you have a district manager, and those people need to be trained that way also to understand their staff, to know their staff and be aware of
red flags.
Okay. And a red flag can be not only someone who's stalling, someone who's going through depression, someone who's going to snap and commit something like maybe going crazy, come back to the office with a gun one day and start shooting everybody. Things also that can be prevented if the management is on top of it, their employee, and they understand and they see and they talk. Communication is the key to protect your business. Okay, I know large company, the CEO cannot be everywhere, but I met CEO, they were talking to the janitor, asking questions to the janitor, because janitor, he comes after work, clean, empty trashes. This is a very good source of information. And I had CEO, they used to talk to the janitor and say hi, having coffee with them sometimes, after work. When all the employees left, the CEO is working late, staying here, looking at the book and looking at the result. The janitor came, they know each other by name, sit down, have a coffee, hey, what's going on? This is good stuff.
Right.
This is what I recommend.
Let me go back to my question. What are the other ways that corporations can partner with you to uncover internal fraud, besides running an extensive background check? What are the things you do under your holistic security?
There is a lot of stuff. We can secure that. Okay. Every company today has database archive, and they all have by cloud. cloud, now there is no more filing cabinets. I mean, this is not the way working. And so we can protect those information, all those archives, all the database with sensitive information. Sometimes you have a corporate secret. Okay, it depends on the business that you do, a client list. It's a lot of stuff that need to be protected. So we help those corporate companies to protect that. It's very important. We help them during the hiring. We help them to secure their computer system, like cybersecurity. We help them with cybersecurity. We help them with compliance, security compliance with their employees. We help them with their security compliance on their equipment, computer and cell phone. Okay. We are securing those tools to make sure that nothing goes without, to let you know. They are your device. They are the property of the company. They're being used by your employee. Non-employee should use their own equipment, their own computer, their own cell phone, and that's very important to do that. That's how you protect your business against espionage. Okay, non-compete agreement. You have an employee, sales employee, they work for you, and then they are in transition to move to another company. But in the meantime, the last month, they're going to start to send information to the other company. So there is a lot of, steps that you have to take ahead. So that's why we have this organic security corporation investigation. It is like a chain. Okay, every chain has a link connected to each other. And we make sure that all the links are connected at all times. We also do executive protection. Executive protection, like CEO, executive need security. They travel in Europe. Sometimes they go to Africa. There are different countries all over the world. Nothing is safe right now. Look what happened to United Care CEO executive. He got executed right there in the street of New York. Okay, we're talking about a company, they're making hundreds of billions of dollars of profit. They cannot afford to secure the security of their executive, high executive. That's never happened. Okay, so we provide this kind of work. We provide crisis management regarding cyber attack. Okay, we have a red team ready in case that your system and your network is being under attack. So it's a 24 hours service, standby. We are coming right away, blocking, we are fixing, we're cleaning all those cyber attacks as well.
So essentially, Driver Investigator is not just in Victor Elbeze's world. It's not just now the guy who you will see chasing people and cheating spouses. You are heavily investing in securing corporation information and data, because information and data is the new currency.
Yeah, it's the key.
It's the new
success.
It's the new currency, because if you have information, depending on the information and what you do with that information, you're either vulnerable or less vulnerable. So this holistic framework that you have as a security, you offering these services to just big corporations, or you are helping small businesses?
No, we are helping medium corporations, small corporations. I mean, everything is a need. You see, you have to understand that you have to protect yourself all the time right now. We're living in different worlds. We're not, things are not done like we used to do 20 years ago. Okay, everything goes fast right now.
I mean, it's scary.
Yeah, it's scary. There is so many scams. We hear scam every day. People get scammed when they're driving in their car. They have cell phone. They're answering the phone. It's a scammer on the other line. It takes 5-10 minutes to get scammed, because you're busy. You're running after the win. It's a win-win. It's not easy. So you have to be very careful. Now, protecting your business is very important, because there is things as well. We do an intern investigation, for example. Then there is like I say, you're the CEO, you're the owner of the company. So if you are close enough to your employee, you can hear what's going on. Now you hear that there is maybe a sexual harassment situation inside your company. Okay, you hear things going on. You call us and we could do an undercover operation. We go investigating that, because this is something that you don't want to be sued for. You understand? You may be having an employee, manager bullying another person or 2 or 3%, down the road, it's going to affect your business because it's going to affect your sales, your productivity. So if you are aware of who's working for you and you are asking questions and you are noticing red flags, we can help you to fix so many problems inside your company.
That's interesting. A lot of corporations and places, they don't have the time. They are exhausted and extensively busy doing a lot of stuff. So, so what you're saying is that you are a partner that can actually understand better patterns inside a corporation.
Absolutely.
Great.
Look, you have a warehouse, you have inventory, you're selling online, you have a number of products that you sell, you have 5,000 references, you have an Amazon account online, you're doing good. You have a huge warehouse. And then you have to be careful of what's going on in this warehouse. You're not always, because you're the executive, you're in the office, you're the accounting, you're the sales. But what about the warehouse? This is where the merchandise is. All of a sudden, merchandise disappears. Something like $5,000, $10,000, $100,000 products gone. You don't know where it's gone. You don't know where it went. Well, we can help. We can be first on the cover, working for you as a warehouse person. You hire, filtering the existing code and see what's going on. Secondly, we can do surveillance. We can install a camera, hidden camera, surveillance outside, see what's going on, monitor the operation at night, because a lot of time those platforms work during the night, okay? And see where the merchandise is being moved. So this is also something that we do.
So what's the reason there are corporations and companies that they are undergoing embezzlement by, let's say, a guy who is a warehouse manager, he stays over after hours and he steals merchandise. And then you go back to these places and they have cameras. Why are they not catching or seeing the situation?
Because they have access of the camera. Sometimes they have access of the DVR. And also...
You mean the perpetrator?
Yes. But the camera, they are recording in loop. And we have keep the videos maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, sometimes 1 month. Okay. My security system here in the office, I keep it for 2 months. Okay. Because it's a very high-end security system. But a lot of people is 2-3 weeks. So camera, film. But you don't go check the camera if there is no reason to do it, because you didn't realize that you're missing $100,000 of merchandise. When you're going to realize that, it's going to be a month. That's bad. So you're going to go back to the camera, but your camera are recording on loop. So they're keeping information only 2 weeks. And then after they'll be recording over the existing footage. And that's it, you lose it.
So with the AI camera technology that you work with?
We do have also AI camera system that we can recover information over a year.
A year?
A year. But it's iCloud system, storage, and we keep all footage for a year. So you have a year back to look if there is any stolen merchandise. Now, AI technology can flag red flag situation directly. You can talk to, it's like you go to ChatGPT, you say, help me to do this. Okay, and then boom, they're going to do and write beautiful sentences for you, etc. But with the camera system, the same thing. Monitor, bring me back all footage of unusual hours of loading truck. Okay, you talk like that.
Okay, interesting.
And the system is going to go back, and when it's AI camera, AI system can retrieve all unusual uploading truck hours.
In record time.
In record time. There's a pattern. Every day you receive merchandise, merchandise goes out, but there is some pattern that they're not part of what you do in your routine every day. So they're going to bring that out. And then maybe you're going to see at 2 o'clock in the morning, some guy was loading a small U-Haul truck next to your warehouse, okay? And that's how you cut them. But this is technology that we can provide to companies. Okay, this is part of the organic security that we are preparing. Now, it could be, that doesn't mean that in the warehouse, it's your employee stealing. It could be it's your security guard company stealing. That many times. I was investigating a case with Mercedes-Benz auto part. It was a warehouse, but they were like storing all the parts, brakes, everything, the park, motor, anything from Mercedes-Benz. And they were dispatching to all the dealership or all the mechanic that they need those. And they had security guard with dogs and things like very interesting, like a good company. But one or two of the security guard were crooked. They used to, at night, they do their tour, their guards around, they work around the warehouse. And they were stealing, you see, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Ferrari, Maserati, they all have jewelry. They sell watches, you understand? And they had inside the warehouse, they had like a compartment, it was not an office, it was like a wire or like a cage protected with a lock and everything, but it was not covered on top. So they knew, those security guards, that they had jewelry there, like watches, and it's not a lot of money, $200-300 a watch retail, but they were climbing up the wiring and going inside and taking the watches. Everything was off camera. I don't know why. They had no camera around that part. And the owner of the warehouse was like missing a lot of watches every month. I say, what's going on? So he thought it was his employee staff. Never thought that someone would be coming, like he was like 12 feet, like 12, 15 foot,
Wow.
feet, 12, 50 feet over. So they say, oh, yeah, the key, he was locked. There's a door, but they had no ceiling. So you could jump like a monkey, climbing and go inside and doing the same way to twist it. And take a bag, put the thing. And I got this guy. There were two guys, actually.
You got them.
Yeah, I got them because I say, listen, let me work something out and we're going to figure out. I didn't tell him anything. It's a big warehouse, so I put 3 or 4 hidden camera, okay, with motion detection. And that's how I caught them. So I see the guy climbing, and the next day I recover my camera, and I caught them right away because the next day I went to check the camera to see. It was a long time ago. Okay, it was not Wi-Fi. It was with the SD card. So I went to recover the camera, and I checked the SD card was full. So obviously there is action, and I see them doing the route security, working around with the dog a bit. Then I see a guy climbing on the fan and taking and stealing the watch. I even put a camera inside the room. I didn't see everything. So we got them, we got them arrested, and they got obviously fired. The security company was, unfortunately, it's a big security company. They're hiring people, but they didn't do the good hiring. But they were not criminal because they were okay. We check everything. After all, we check their background. Those guys were never been arrested because they were security guards. They have license and everything. So you never know. This is crazy. So you have to be aware. Put camera in your business, watch everything, and use technology.
Have you been part of uncovering the truth of embezzlement on any nonprofit?
Nonprofit, yes. Or this is actually a very, very big subject. Nonprofit.
There's a case I want to talk to you about it.
But we had like church, a lot of church, foundation, company, organization, condominium association, all those places are subject of a lot of embezzlement because a lot of money go through. I mean, and it has to be somebody's profitable. Look, we talk about that, like Black Lives Matter organization happened to be a big scam. Okay, one of the biggest scams. I think the president of the association were like indicted and the investigation, maybe in prison. I didn't follow that close, but it's happening every day.
There's a case about this guy, Tony Bell, in Illinois. He was arrested for a nonprofit. He fraud about $1.8 million, misguided that money that was supposed to go to youth, to help the youth with programs in Illinois. And it was a network of people and accountants working behind this. When I think about nonprofit, there are many cases like this that they just basically behind a curtain They appear to be helping the community, but they are misusing the money. And so private investigators can help.
Absolutely. I had a case like that. There had like an Orthodox Russian community in Boynton Beach. It was a small church. It was inside a shopping center, but a lot of money were missing. I mean, nothing was going on. You know, they were supposed, you received it's sad because the pastor were asking money to the community to remodel the inside of the church. So there is a lot of small church like that in the shopping center. You know, it's like a store. It's like a little store. They have they rent a place, usually very cheap because the owner of the shopping center is also member of the church, and you know they try to help community. It's great. It's fantastic. And the pastor was taking money and going a party, and we find him going to strip club, spending money. I mean, it's a shame. It's a shameful situation. So people were making donations for fixing the place, painting, flooring, you know, decoration, and all of things like equipment. They needed a small podium to stage. It's like a small stage with a microphone, equipment, you know, because he was giving sermons. So this core I'm talking about. And he was keeping asking money, and people were like saying, oh, wait a minute, we received money and nothing happened. And they're still asking money. Oh, yeah, because everything is expensive. I'm waiting for the permit for that. I'm waiting for the permit. We're waiting for the permit. The city takes time. I mean, over a year, nothing happened. So some of the members were hiring my agency to investigate this guy. And then we find out that there is no permit applied. He never applied for any permit already. So that was the number one red flag. Secondly, he just bought a new car. Okay. We checked the vehicle registration, and the vehicle was paid full, no financing. This man was making a small salary as a pastor, can afford a $60,000-$70,000 car. It was a nice car. I don't remember the brand, but it was a nice car. And he paid full, which means no
financing. No financing.
So that was the red flag number two. And he was married, nice pastor, with a nice reputation, with a nice wife, 2 kids. And then we start following him. And we follow him, and we call him going to a strip club.
The pastor.
But of course, he was dressed normally. I mean, he wasn't dressed as a pastor, but he was going to a strip club and having fun. And the club with all stripper girls and dance and drinking. So my reason is also, I think he had a drinking problem as well. Okay, he was drinking a lot, getting wasted. I mean, doing some crazy stuff. Then you have photo videos of him sitting in the chair and the girl like dancing around, like, you know, so things that people do in the strip club. And so I came up with everything. Then we start to talk about the discovery with the client. The client asked me if I can help them to drop the case in the law enforcement, if we have any enough evidence to move forward. And I went to the agency where the church was, and I spoke with, I think he was a lieutenant, and we talked and explained, I gave him the case, and he said, yes, you have a probable cause to maybe open an investigation. Let me talk to my chief, and we get back to you. And then 2 weeks after, they called me back, and they told me that they ordered bank statements from they had like a court order to get banking information to see following the money, where the money went. That's it. You want to get the crime, you need to follow the money. And they went mainly to his personal bank account.
How long does it take to handle a corporate investigation regarding embezzlement?
It depends. It can take months, because if there is a lot of forensic accounting, computer forensic, because a lot of employees, when they're committing a fraud, are deleting invoice information, all the stuff that from the computer. So we have to retrieve those information. We have to start to retrieve, extract, and recover deleted files. Okay, and we have the ability to do that. So those things takes time because when we got those files, we get this, we get that. So we need to have a forensic accounting, working on the case and see where the money, what kind of money is missing first, and then where the money.
So wait, you said that you can recover delete files. So in the case that you have situations where the perpetrator has deleted specific files, you can help the corporations to recover them and to present it as a possible, as an evidence.
This is embezzlement. You're trying to hide your crime. This is something that you can use in court. Absolutely. So we can do that. Then we can assist you in court as an expert witness, especially for forensic accounting and all the stuff. We qualified agent to do that. We have qualified agent to testify in court also for forensic, computer forensic. Okay, we have all the qualification necessary to be retained as an expert witness.
Interesting. A lot of corporations, they want to destroy completely their data. They don't know what to do with the data that they don't want anywhere, not on the cloud, not on servers. Yeah. Can you help them with that?
Yes, of course. Yes. We have to destroy hard drive information. We also can clean the digital world of their track. Okay, so that's something we can do. As much we help other people in the private sector who they were victims of harassment, sexual harassment, things like that, through social media, through website, things like that as well. You can clean up all those photos and file videos. They will compromise your reputation.
What is the most shocking case that you have worked for corporation fraud and embezzlement?
This case, I worked a case for a financial institution, and this guy was partner with a financial institution from London, and they were opening a branch here in Boca Raton. And this guy took $1.6 million, and later on he got arrested by the FBI. And he didn't only stole money from my client, but from another group that I found during the investigation, where he took about $3 million from them. They were an investor group from Brazil, okay? Because it was like real estate investment development, okay? And he was a smart guy, and he received $1.6 million from England, from London. And the next day, he opened a company under his name, but under exactly the same name of the company that he was partnered with. They're creating he was XX3 Incorporated, and it's an example. And he opened the next day or 2 days after, he opened another company, only him on that company, and he was XX3 LLC. So he was incorporated and LLC. So it was very similar company. So what he did, he started to, take money little by little, bring it to the other company, start to receive deposits from, it was a development, real estate development. So people were making deposit to retain, apartment building that they were building. And this money was sent directly to his bank account. Then he disappeared. So I found him, I confronted him, and we...
This is an international operation?
No, it was here.
Okay.
It was in Boca Raton.
Okay.
Too far from me here. But my client was in London. Since the case was here, the client went, well, we need to find him. So he disappeared. We find him, we traced the money, we found out where the money went, how he proceeded, everything. Then I went to confront him because my client said, okay, I want you to go and talk to him and explain to him that you discover his fraud and that I am willing to arrange something with him. I need my money back, and I'm not going to press charge, or I'm not going to do anything. My client said, I'm sure that's what you want to do, because this guy is a criminal. He just screwed $3 million to another group, and I'm sure there is more. If I keep my investigation, I'm going to find more victims. And he said, no, let's try to arrange something, because at the end, I want my money. I want my 1.6 million. I said, okay. I went to see the client, the guy, the subject. We record everything because he was outside, he was in the parking lot of a real estate office agency, like a storefront. And he was working there, I guess, because we find him there. And we offer him a settlement to get in contact with the client, talk about, but to get in contact with him. So we organize a phone meeting and they arrange and he say, okay, I'm going to reimburse you, no problem. And then I say, my client, I say, this guy is not going to reimburse you.
You were able to spot that?
Say, he doesn't have the money anymore. He's hiding, everything is collapsing under his.
How do you know how to read that?
Because I know people and I spoke with him and I saw what kind of guy he was. And I see that he was going, so we call it surveillance and we see that he had 2 kids. The wife moved out. She's separating with him. So his life was upside down. He was a mess. And I told my client, I said, I don't think you're going to get your money back. At least for him. The only way you can get your money back is to find the money and have him, him under investigation with the Fed. And they're going to freeze everything. They're going to take the money. They're going to garnish all bank account. And this is, maybe you're not going to get everything. You're going to get part of it. It's going to take taps. But this is the only way to, I don't think he's going to do anything. And then they start negotiating and here, next month, and it never happened.
So you were right.
Then I was right. So I told my client, I say, what do you want to do? So he said, I don't care. I want him arrested. So I wanted to talk to the other group that I found that is also Islam. And I got some information from them and I went to drop the case and to the state attorney and they retained the case. They got indicted and he got arrested by the FBI. And I told.
How long did it take?
Well, it took like almost a year. It takes time. Sometimes it goes fast, sometimes it doesn't. It depends.
How many people you have to employ to help on this operation?
Oh, we were like watching him. We have to do surveillance and we have to get access to bank accounts. We did some kind of a forensic account. So I have a forensic accounting. I had surveillance. I had drone operator, surveillance by drones. It's like clients spend a lot of money. Was a lot of hours that at the end
they wanted to get to the bottom.
I think he recovered $500,000-$600,000 because of everything else, which is good because I'll be honest, a lot of cases they never recover the money. So he got arrested and he's still in prison. He's in federal prison, financial crime. He got arrested for bank fraud, wire fraud. He was, I think, he was over 15 years going to prison. So bank fraud is 20 years. Okay, so he got, I think it was his first offense, the first arrest. So
what are your feelings as a private investigator when you know that the work that you did indict somebody and this person for some reason is just not, it acted from the very beginning with good intentions, but then it became a habit and then it ended up in the mess. And you have to now, as a private investigator, prove that.
No, I'm fine with that. I mean, you're committing a crime. You got to pay for it. I love it. That you did it with good or bad intention doesn't matter. What's matter, you committed a crime. You hurt someone. You damage somebody's businesses. You hurt someone. Someone can get hurt. Those things, you destroy life. You have to pay.
And so have you been in any court as a witness that you have to face that person?
Yeah, I don't mind. Like, I told this guy when I was interviewing and I told him, I said, listen, we have a very strong case against you. I will recommend you to fix the situation with my client, because it's not good for you. It's not going to be good. At the end, you're going to be in trouble. So
what did he say?
He said, yes, that's why I want to fix the problem. And then I spoke with him again. And I say, listen, the client doesn't trust you anymore because you always say next month. Nothing happened. I think he's going to move forward. He's going to press charge on you. Are you sure? He say, I don't care. And I say, I will. I told you, it's going to happen. I don't care. Then 6 months after, I see the guy in court. And I look at him in the eyes. And I didn't say it. I look at him in the eye. And I'm sure he understood what I was looking at it. Why I was looking at it like that. Because somewhere I was telling him, told you, I warned you.
This was going to happen.
That's going to happen. You're not going to get away with that. That's it. But it's fine. I'm happy that happened because at the end, I was not okay that my client say, oh, if I get my money back, I let it go. And I say, yeah, but it's going to do it again because he got away with it. And next time he's going to maybe hurt more people on the road. So I always say, as private investigator, if you see someone committing a crime, you have to. Okay? So at the end, if it didn't go that way, I will have to report him in law enforcement agency because this is what I am. I can't let that happen.
Why do you think there is an uptrend in scams and corporate fraud?
Because, it's easier than before. Today with the technology, there is more abundance, more money coming, more money flowing, more temptation. People are getting they have temptation because they see the flow of money, and sometimes they have tendency to forget that this is not their money, this is the company money. And they believe, maybe they think, oh, if I take 200, they're not going to see it, But even if you steal $1, it's a crime. You're stealing, understand? You have company renting vehicle to go on the weekend, okay? It's not a business trip, but they're using the credit card to rent a vehicle to go and for the weekend on the beach with their wife. But this is embezzlement. You're using the money of the company to do something personal. You understand? It's not your money. I mean, there is so many ways to steal money from the company that you're working. I mean, those people are here like 8 hours a day, sometimes more, and they're seeing what's going on. And obviously, they're seeing the weakness of the company and they take advantage of it. Okay.
Sure. What are you going to talk the next episode?
Next episode, I will talk about counterfeit investigation, brand protection, trademark, and brand protection. It's very interesting because today everything you buy, it's part of a brand. Okay. And I used to do a lot of those. We're still doing few, but at one time ago, I used to work for a big company, perfume company, cosmetic, luxury goods company, to help them to protect their brand against counterfeit. Okay. And counterfeit, trademark, and brand protection touch everything, and it goes from the food, medicine, the luxury, medicine, from medicine, and from auto part, and it can be dangerous because if they're fake, if they are clones, and they're not meant the same way than the real one, and it can be dangerous. Imagine you're buying a fake set of brakes for your car, and it's not braking at one point because it's not meant with the same regulation of the real. That can kill you, can kill people. Okay, so perfume that you spray on you can give you a special allergy and then you get an infection. So many things like that. So brand need to be, it's a full-time protection. I always say to those companies, they call me when they find out that they are
in a mess
with counterfeit products already. But I told them before, I say, you need to work, be proactive, work in advance. I help you to get some special decal, like special code. We need code products to see where you send this product to this distributor. It has a specific code, so you know where the leak is coming. You understand? There's a lot of protocol that you need to apply when you start to build a brand. In the beginning, people are getting excited. They have their own company. The brand is doing very good. And all of a sudden, they are, overwhelmed by, oh, what's going on? It's too late. My products will be copied in China. It's exported all over the world in very large quantity. So that's too late.
Looking forward.
Kill you. I can kill your business.
For sure. And your reputation.
And your reputation, but your business is done.
Is done. Hey, I'm looking forward for that episode. I hope that you learned something today as I did. This was very useful. I know I'm clear now with what embezzlement is. And as you know, you can subscribe, you can follow us, and you have a special message from Victor today regarding digital footprint. He's going to offer you a free digital footprint background check as long as you subscribe and comment the word corporate in our channel.
That's right. So it's background that you can see where dark web, the deep web, you might be surprised.
Don't miss this opportunity. I'm X with the expert Victor Elbeze. See you next time. And until then,
thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.